And I hear no sound. Lawana says she needs help. They can hear me now? Huh? They can hear now? She's singing her heart. When I tell you I was singing my heart out, I had to close my eyes for this song. And that's what I had. We figured out what happened. Someone said I would like to hear the song she's singing. Check the audio. Microphone check 1 2 1 2. It's on. Faith says it's funny because she think we can hear. I did. I thought you could hear. Ashley says SJR momming for the delegation. Y'all can hear now? Oh, they can hear now. Okay. Okay. Oh, I got to start from the top of the whole podcast. Everything has to start over. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Though you may not drive a great big Cadillac. Oh, yes. All right. Gangster white walls. TV antennas in the back. Oh, my. You know what? You may not have no car at all. You may not have. Oh. A car at all. That's all right. You can walk and still be grateful. But remember, brothers and sisters, you can still stand tall. You know what you got to do? Just be thankful. All right. Tasha said, Shanice, go ahead and mute that mic again for what you got. This is my favorite part. You ready? This is my favorite part. All right, diamond in the back, sun rooftop, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Ooh, ooh. Deborah said, old school, go girl. I'm going. We going. Couture said, diamond in the back. That part, diamond in the back, sun rooftop, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Ooh, ooh. I wish you would act like. I wish you would act like. Woman Evolve. This is SJR. This is the Woman Evolve podcast. I am not by myself. I'm being joined by a host of my sisters, the delegation. How y'all doing? Can we talk about it? What is going on? Okay, Jaleesa says everything, child. We ain't here, Jack. Y'all missed out on my beautiful singing, but I ran it back. Tina from Kingston, Jamaica is in the building. Zuko says, I'm waiting for my Woman Evolve book from Amazon. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for you all to get it. Amber says, sis is happy today. So happy to catch this live. What's up? You guys who are watching it live for the first time, we welcome you. How are you doing? Welcome to the delegation, sis. Some of you have been listening audio only, and this is your first time being able to see the facial expressions with the singing. Now you see why they love it when I sing. Now, let me tell you, it's the opposite day. So when they say they don't like it when I sing, they lying. They are honestly, truly lying. Okay. How about that? Kardashian mood on SJR. This is what's up. Venus says, this is the needed vibe. Amen. I needed to hear this. All right, listen. What's going on in your world? Can we talk about it? Let me tell you why I started singing Just Be Thankful. I was thinking I need a song about gratitude, because that's what I am sensing on today. I am sensing gratitude is the attitude for the world on today. Let me tell you something. Like, Woman Evolve, the book, came out on Tuesday of last week. If you don't have it, I highly suggest you pick it up, not just because you love my singing, because I can't sing during the book, but because you believe in the grace and the anointing that not just is on my life, but is on your life. This book is in the hands of so many people, and it has been incredible to see their responses. It's been incredible. You guys send me pictures of you with your book. And it has just been, I'm so grateful, so grateful, so thankful for your support of this book, for your trust in me with your tender parts and your sensitive areas of your heart. I truly believe that you guys are going to be just fully awakened and embraced and propelled. Awakened Wake up, sis. There's another version of you. Wake up. There's still work for you to do. Wake up. Healing is around the corner. Embraced, held onto, loved on, and then propelled. And so I love it. I appreciate your support. If you're in the launch team, you've already heard this, but like we have this slogan that we've been using for the book, and it's basically no woman left behind, because I believe that as we read this book, as we take in the messages of this book that literally God gave me and I just wrote down on paper, that we are going to become the types of women that go and get other women so that they can experience healing and breakthrough. And so we've been talking about using the book just as like a tool really for other women, to help evangelize, to help confront women who we don't know how to confront. Like, you got that one friend that need a little help, let me do the confrontation for you, because I believe in this book. So top, dig in the scene with a gangster lean. Ooh, ooh. This ponytail refuses to do what God has said do. It's in rebellion. William Devine sings that song. You're familiar, yes? I'm old. That's all right. Diamond in the back, sun rooftop, digging the scene with a gangster lean. Ooh, ooh. The deaconess says Woman Evolved Breakthrough Night was so powerful. Made my first YouTube video all about it. LOL. I broke up with my fears and just did it. I want to see the video. Slide into my DMs and send it to me. So, no woman left behind. What's going on in your world? Have you been drinking your water? Have you been minding your beeswax? Okay, your beeswax needs to be minded. Brianna says, can you tell me where you got your lights for your background? Oh, the Invaluable. I'm pretty sure that those came from China. And that's all right. It's on that box over there. What does that box say? Something neon. But yeah, we ordered them from China. We planned this in advance, right? So we ordered all of the words for the month in advance from China, because people don't have nothing to do around here. We just be trying to figure out how can we do things that are just so extra. And here we are. That's where we landed. Okay. Tasha says, yes, drinking my lemon water, excuse me, and minding my black owned business. LOL. We love your black owned business. It's blessed. Sister girl said, drinking my water and trying to dissolve. Sis, let me tell you who has evolved in every way, but God is faithful. I'm so glad that I lost weight before my book came out, because now that I have gained weight since my book has come out, I just thank God that it could have been me way over where I was, and now I'm just back where I was. It could have been me. Okay, way beyond where I was, but that's not you. But you didn't see fit to let like not quite D'Angelo. Although when D'Angelo redid Cruising, you could be let's cruise. Now Smokey Robinson did his thing. I'm not mad. And low key, Gwyneth Paltrow did her thing too. But y'all don't want to give her credit. Y'all remember that movie where she was singing Cruising? I do. He's then being inspired to go back into our world and be the beast that we are. Come on, beast. Okay. So we start off with Rescue Eve. Rescue Eve is a segment of this podcast in which we take a moment and look at who is out here doing their Eve behavior. What is Eve behavior? Knowing better, but not doing better. But we try to have a little grace, right? Because Rescue Eve, like we rescued Eve. That's why Woman Evolved. She is our homegirl. All right. And so we're rescuing Eve from being raggedy, because God has not called us to be raggedy in every season, just some of them, but not every season. You know what I mean? So we try to rescue folks. That's it. Let's start. Our first story for Rescue Eve. It's a child. Okay, the first story is of a child. Now, let me tell y'all something about this child. I want y'all to understand that we have an obligation to rescue children. Things got a little hairy a couple weeks ago. Was that last week when y'all started talking about the kids? I just want y'all to know, like off GP, we have to rescue children. Okay, so Cache says she always says it's time for us to rescue when she's the only rescue. I am the only person who rescues the rescues. You understand? That's what's happening here. All right. So let's try. Let's try and do what we came to do here. All right. The first story on April 7th, news outlet The Shade Room. I love how Malachi wrote news outlet The Shade Room. Put some respect on The Shade Room's page. Okay. It's not just social media foolery. All right. How about that? On April 7th, news outlet The Shade Room released a video made by Ariel Stephanie of the Ariel B of Ariel stepping on her scale, which indicated she was only 190.2 pounds. First of all, my son put only. You know why? Because How about that? All right. You're going to put only. All right. She was only 190.2 pounds. Upon overlooking her scale, her child then misread the numbers and said 1,902. The caption of the video was kids are kids are not nice. This video is obviously getting a lot of traction. First of all, sis steps on the scale. Sis gets on the scale and says 192. Babe comes in, little baby boy came in. Little baby boy says, "Ooh, 1,902." He goes, "That's a lot. That's a lot." Have you ever needed to whoop your children for being themselves? How about that? Jaleesa says, "If it's a child, the rescue is automatic. Moving on." Dear says, "LOL, no, we don't. Nobody's safe." Ashley says, "Not the disclaimer." I do have a disclaimer. Can we rescue children who misread numbers the wrong way? It is very confusing. And let me tell you what they should probably do is take that point off. Okay. Don't give us the points. Just give it to us straight, because it is very confusing to see 4 numbers down there. We would like to only see 3 numbers, and we want them 3 numbers to be leaning on the Lord's side, not out here doing the devil's work. I think that we should rescue this precious lamb. What say ye, delegation? What say ye? Kirby says, "I can understand where they are coming from. That virtual, oh, we talking about virtual learning. I don't know. Oh, because because I said the thing about kids out here not being nice. They say our Wi-Fi is tripping. I bind the devil." Annalise says, "Kids are not exempt. No rescue route." This little boy, what would I have done had Ella looked down and was like, "That 1,900 pounds, that's a lot." She probably would have needed. I would definitely would have been like, get out of my room, get out of my face, like get out of here. You're grounded. Why would you say that? Couture Lemon said, "And that baby said she was 1,900 pounds. I saw that. I was dead." First of all, mind your business. Can I tell y'all something? When my husband gets on the scale, I don't say nothing. I say no word. He gets on the scale. I don't look over. I don't ask him, what did it say? We need to talk about respects and boundaries when people get on the scale. It is none of your business what the scale said. That's like being on the phone and somebody being like, what they say. If they wanted to talk to you, they would have called you. If you want to know what the scale says, get on the scale yourself. Why are we telling people automatically what's on the scale? Give me a minute to digest. See, this is what's wrong with people in the first place. Y'all want me to have a reaction before I know what my reaction is going to be. I need to process what I just saw on this scale. Are we rescuing the babies? You know what I did here, though? I heard the best way for kids to learn how to swim is to just jump them in the pool, just throw them in the water and see what naturally comes place. So we could be, if some of you have said not to rescue, we could be teaching them how to swim. I don't know. Couture Lemon says, "Rescue them for the savagery." Keisha says, "I'm grown and I still read numbers wrong. I need rescue." Donna Marie says, "Come on, girl." Lanisha says, "No rescue team there." Amisha says, "No rescue." Tanisha says, "That is funny. He is not work rescue." Nancy says, "I need my numbers to lean on the Lord's side." When I tell you the numbers be trying to do the devil's work, but they need to lean. I am leaning. Who am I? Leaning. Okay. How about that? Justice said, "Now he know that was not no 1,900." Now you know that's when you talk to your kids crazy too for just being children. Now you know that's not what that said. It was that's a lot for me. If he would have said that just it was 1,900 pounds, that would have been one thing. But for him to say that's a lot, boy, if you don't get your that's a lot, go on somewhere with your that's a lot. That's a lot of my business that you're in right now. Unapologetically me V says, "Yes, we can." So we rescue him. Monica says, "We need to rescue the child." We rescue him. Shay says, "My daughter has pinched my back fat before." Let me tell you, today Ella was underneath my shirt. Which, like, why are you underneath my shirt? Like, I have on an oversized hoodie. Ella puts her head underneath my shirt. PT has posted a video of this happening before. She just puts her head underneath. What is wrong with children? She puts her head underneath my shirt. She finds my, then she's like pulling on my, she's like, "How do I unhook this thing? How do I get this thing off?" Like, she was trying to harass me, and it's just not right. And I don't understand what's wrong with children. Jay says, "Rescue the mama." Indeed, the mother needs rescuing because, hello. Miranda says, "Don't rescue this one. Make them learn some multiplication." Go on and learn your numbers. I'm not going to rescue you. You need to learn these numbers. Mine says the baby was not social distance from his mama. Not at all. Darcy says, "Sis, did you join the choir?" Not only would they not allow me, They wouldn't even let me come to choir rehearsal. You know how when you're not in the choir, but you have to go watch other people, they wouldn't even let me come to choir rehearsal because I would be singing from the pews. There was this person who used to come to our church. And he used to sing so loud. He used to sing. No, I know a lot of you all like to sing loud. He used to sing so loud. It was a disruption of the spirit. I want y'all to know the spirit will never have you all out here disrupting what's happening in the moment. And he was sing so loud. And one day I was like, what's happening? like, and he told me flat out. He said they should have let me join the worship team. He told me flat out. He was like, I sing loud. You know how when the room comes to a hush and it's a cappella for a little bit and everybody's got a nice like inside voice singing going, he would be like, oh, he would be all over the just the room temperature. It's room temperature in here. And you came in here scalding hot, coming in hot on the worship song. And he told me one day they should have let me join the worship team. They should, and then what can I say to that? I said, this may be why they didn't allow you to join because you gotta be in decency and order. God is not the author of confusion. And guess what? I'm confused about whether or not you have a boom mic in your, I don't know. Mariah says, I've experienced that too. Good old Luther, bless him. Come on, good old Uncle Luther. Indeed, it's uncle behavior. Destiny Park says, I believe the children are our future, but no rescue. Rescue the mother. When I say, you know, I want to teach, huh? Sean, you cannot continue to talk about children's aesthetic situation. Come say it on the microphone what you just said. Come over here and say it on the microphone what you said, because I'm not going to say it. Oh, yeah, you gotta make sure it's managed. Shanice says something. Shanice says that children who usually say things like this have a certain aesthetic disadvantage. And she says that is what makes them spew those things. I don't understand. Amisha says that's a lot was wild and so casually rude. We can rescue the mama, but the babies are hard. No, sometimes, can I be honest with y'all? Sometimes we can't rescue the children all the time. Sometimes the children, God said, come unto me like a child. Sometimes we got to leave it. I say we teach them how to swim. I say we give them some floaties, the little arm floaties that don't do nothing literally but keep your arms up and help you keep your head above water. And I think he should just learn how to swim, you know? I'm just saying, unapologetically, me. V says, I will get on the scale when I'm in the bathroom with the door closed and locked so my grown daughter won't come in and see my weight when she's over my house. It's none of y'all's business how much people weigh. Melissa says, not the worship team, Elo. He told me. Ashley Tate said this went from third person to SJR snitch on the phone. I did dry snitch right then. Can y'all forget that? We'll edit this out the episode. Don't look for this episode. It'll be gone. Alicia says, God said, make a joyful noise. He did what needed to be done. Okay. That's what he did. Shantina says the kid probably got a snotty nose and ashy kneecaps. What? like Roscoe off of Martin. That's all right. Lauren Kelly says, I just finished watching your Breakfast Club interview and happened to see you were live. Glad I'm able to join. Hey, Lauren, thank you. Thank you for joining. You know, this is probably going to be an interesting journey because, you know, on this podcast, we're just talking about the things that are happening in the world. Can we try the next rescue? It seems like how we're going to rescue this precious lamb is like we're going to let him be in the water where he can learn to swim with some arm floaties. But for the mother, we're going to put her on a yacht, okay, so that she can still supervise her child while he swims. And I think there's wisdom in this. We're going to send the yacht, gas up the yacht, or charge up the yacht. How do you get yachts moving? Do you charge them? You charge them and gas them? Gotta gas them. We don't know about yacht behavior, but Shanice is a nautical. She's got her boating license before she had her driver's license. Don't. Okay. Because they done got fancy with this podcast, dragging comments onto the screen. Indeed, we have. Indeed, we've had. Okay, listen. Michelle says, I'm going to start making my kids sign NDAs, and there's nothing wrong with it. There's not a thing wrong with it. Okay, so how about this? Let's try and rescue. Can y'all stay off the internet? I'm gonna try and rescue you all because I know it was you, delegation. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been floating the idea of running for president for years, and it looks like he has the people's backing. A new poll from somebody reveals that at least 46% of Americans would support his presidential campaign. Broken down, the poll found that 29% would support both Johnson running for president and Matthew McConaughey running for Texas governor, with another 17% solely advocating for Johnson's run. Um, I don't know much about Dwayne Johnson's policies or political leanings, but I feel like some of you all just voted because it was Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. A lot of people took issue with this, but can we rescue the Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson from wanting to be president? Surely, surely considering surely considering how flexible we've become with the political standards, that it is, anyone could dream a dream, dreaming a dream that I've never dreamed. Who voted for this? Who can we All I'm saying, can we rescue? Can we rescue those of you all who would like for Dwayne Johnson to be your president? Armani says the entertainers never want to stay in their lane. David says, nah, that's a negative on both sides. So we're not rescuing children or The Rock. Halima says, I'm good. Next, Olani says, reality TV president and now wrestling mania president. I mean, Arnold Schwarzenegger was a governor. He was a governor. And I mean, considering the flexible nature that we have come to as a country, like, why not? But once again, I'm not sure his political leanings. I do, for some reason. No, I ain't never running for president. Let me tell you something. This right here is me running for president. Hello. Hello. I don't know anything about our country. Like, I don't know anything about government and systems and like global relations. I will be like, if I ran for president, y'all, taxes are gone. I don't believe in them. I don't believe in taxes. Now, what does that mean? Schools are gone. You see what I'm saying? No one wants me to be their president. And I just feel like people should be president who understand what it means to be the leader of a country. Now, Amanda Gorman, it wants to run for president. I watched her conversation with Oprah, and let me tell you something. Sis is bad. She's bad. She wants to run for president in 2036. Like, she said it. How old we gonna be in 2036? Let me see. It's 2021. That's gonna be in 15 years. Yeah, we still gonna be fine. We still gonna be fine. Look at us. Still gonna be fine. Still gonna be sitting here doing this little podcast talking to y'all. All right. But yeah, she wants to be president. Gigi says, LOL, it's the tiptoeing for me. You got to tiptoe around the political things because I don't be trying to, you know what I mean? And I don't know enough to defend. And so I just be tiptoeing on my marble floors. Y'all remember that song, Tiptoeing? Is it a song or is it not a song? It's a song. You remember that song. It is a song. Tiptoeing over. I got a song for everything. That's all right. Jay Nicole says, put a recent picture of Dwayne up there. Shanice, you're fired. They said, don't talk bad about their president. Don't post bad pictures of their president. Jaleesa says 46%. What the WTH? When I tell you 46%, who were they polling if they were not polling the delegation? They were polling wives who are dissatisfied and single women who were just like, you know what? Fine. You know what? Sure. Maya says Ronald Reagan and Sonny Bono were actors before going into politics. It's a thing. Jay says, I mean, if Trump was there, give Dwayne a chance. That's what I'm saying. Things have gotten very flexible. So if it's flexible, if it's up, then it's up. You know what I mean? Or no? Lanisha says, if Trump can be president, who are we to shoot down his dreams? I ain't voting for him, though. Well, and that's a prerogative. That's a prerogative, Lanisha says the president is the front man for the party behind them. Lanisha says the president is just a person that take the punches. And guess who ain't taking no punches? Another reason why I will not be able to be president, because I'm not taking no punches for someone else. I've already told you all, don't commit no crime around me. Because if they pin me up talking about we can't find her, and if we can't find her, we taking you in. Let me tell you something. If you've ever ordered from Shop Woman Evolve, I'm giving them your address. I can't go to jail for nobody. I've already tried. I've almost went to jail for myself. I didn't enjoy that. It made me change my life around. I'm not going to jail for nobody. I can't see your body. If my child do wrong, you did wrong. You can't ask me to pay the price for your wrong. So yeah, I'm definitely not taking no punches for this nation, you know. How about that? Cynthia says, P.S. Trump was in the movie Little Rascals if we're talking actors now. Boom. Danielle says, Sarah, first time seeing your podcast, but I always listen on Apple. What's up, Danielle? Welcome to the delegation. Qatar says the we delegation is going to be her Secret Service. And let me tell y'all something. Another reason. How are we going to be president and in jail? Because the delegation does not play. I have seen the delegation charge somebody up in the comments. I've seen the delegation charge up guests on this podcast. I still have a list. And then I just want y'all to know, as an update from last week's episode, there is a member of the delegation who wants to come up with some terms and conditions for the Saved Girl Summer. I'm still waiting for her to send me the Google Doc that has our terms and conditions, but we are still very much so advocating for the Saved Girl Summer. But we just need to understand like crop tops. We just need to understand like what are our limitations for this Saved Girl Summer. But we'll be back with you all shortly regarding that update. Dare says Sarah can't be president. She mind her business too much. When I tell y'all Sarah don't care, but when I tell y'all Sarah don't care, like, let me tell you something that Mrs. President is tired. Like, all I want to do, they would be taking pictures of me on vacation all the time. Cause I would be like, can we just go somewhere and go to sleep? I want to be the president of Mind Your Business Ministries. And that's it. That's all. Frederica says, wait, I brought a shirt before. Oh no. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, you do a crime around me, Frederica. I hope they don't ever come looking for you. Now, let me tell you what I won't do. I won't just offer up no information, but if they say, Sarah, you and Frederica were spotted together, and I know for a fact that Frederica had the gun on her. I don't know what's happening. We out here now. What I'm telling you is this: I will not be able to say it was me and y'all can take me in. Now, if we wasn't in the same spot, same room, and if you want me to be your alibi, you're going to need to tell me that in advance too. But don't just put me in no situation where I don't know what's going on. And they talking about sending me to jail because I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Sharina says, I bet that if The Rock had to run against Trump, the tune would be changed. Those Rock for President flags would be waving. Okay. Cassie says, how do you tell the delegation they hood without saying their hood? Just say, I saw them charge up. Charging folks up for no reason. Shantina says, I told y'all the Save Girl Summer got the Bible, brunch, and mimosas. This sounds like Save Girl Summer for sure. Bible study, brunch, mimosas. This sound like backslide save summer. This sound like we do Bible study, we have brunch and mimosas, and then we catch happy hour. And I'm just not sure that that's a part of the terms and conditions. I need to check though. Don't quote me on this. I am going to need to check though, because just because we have our Bibles at the club don't mean we should be at the club. I don't know though. Let me check. Let me circle back with y'all on the Save Girl Summer, because maybe we there to evangelize. We don't know, so let me see what I can work out. Brittany says, that's me. I'm sending it tonight. Okay. Cache says the delegation got good lawyers. Some of us have actually graduated, so we will be okay. By some of us, it's not me, but some of us have graduated. I believe there are judges in the delegation and lawyers in the delegation. And if you see us clinked up, come through for your girl, okay? Connie says, Sarah, you keep coming up with excuses, but that's what all presidents do. Maybe I'm on my path already. I don't know. Kardashian says, and when I reach my weight loss goal, I'm right there with you. Until then, we save for sure. Let me tell you something. Y'all only want to be Kardashian, thank you. Y'all only want to be Save Girl Summer because we ain't got rid of this quarantine pounds. And now y'all want everyone to have on long sleeve bathing suits and scuba diving suits at the pool because we didn't lose this quarantine weight. And now summer about to open up, not a Saved Girl Summer. No, y'all cannot pick up. Some of us are not ready for any other summer but Save Girl Summer. And you got to respect our process. All we got for you is Save Girl Summer. We don't have nothing else. Okay. Um, okay, let's see. Yep, that's Michelle says you're not gonna be a volunteer snitch. Sure am not. Frederica Savage says, note to self, I will be emailing SJR the plan up front. So we on the same page. Tell me the plan. Can I tell y'all real fast? The thing that used to drive me the most about my sister, we would sit down, we would go over the plan. I would question her about the plan. I would make sure we were on the same page because I knew my parents was going to separate us. The moment they separated us, they always took Cora first. You know why? Snitch. Because the moment Cora sat down, she was just going to be singing for no reason. Forget the whole story. I used to come in there and I could already tell I was in trouble because the Cora's mouth had been open. So what I'm saying is this: send me the story in advance. Okay. Send me the story. Okay. How about that? Danette says, I have a testimony burning in my soul. Where can I send it, please? You can send it to info. No, you can send it to podcast at womanevolve.com. Please don't leave any details out. Shanice said you can send a video, but I prefer you writing the words. I think there's something therapeutic in them, and I think that you should not leave. Don't spare one detail. Give us, if it's burning in your soul, give us every ember of it. We want to see it all. Okay. All right. So let's see. Diamond says, I want a pure heart girl summer. Come on, pure heart girl summer. We can do that. We love that. I have one more rescue for you all. And this rescue, there was, listen, I don't know if y'all just know, you probably don't just sit up and read things, because I sit up and read things in anticipation of this moment. Mrs. World, Caroline Jury removed Mrs. Sri Lanka's crown from her head based on the basis of allegations that the newly crowned queen was divorced. I don't know if you all have seen this video, but Mrs. World Caroline Jury was arrested on Thursday after forcibly removing the tiara off newly crowned Mrs. Sri Lanka's head at Sunday's competition. De Silva, who was Mrs. Sri Lanka, reportedly suffered injuries from when Jury pulled off her crown. Jury, along with the model, were arrested for charges of simple hurt and criminal cause. Let me tell you something. So they didn't have the Mrs. World competition. They didn't crown the winner. The new winner has been crowned. They go to put the crown on the new winner's head. Old winner came up. Oh, I feel a word in this. Old winner came up and says, you know what? Not so. She's divorced. We have a rule that you cannot be divorced and win the crown. Oh, I feel a word on this. And so she snatches the crown off the woman's head. My God, today. Now, when she snatched it, I couldn't tell from the angle how forcible it was. It looked like she was snatching it, but it didn't look forcible, but it was snatched. And that's not what I'm here to talk about. What I'm here to talk about is how she was arrested. Now, what we would like to do is rescue the lady who took the crown off the lady's head, because at the end of the day, some of us can relate to taking a crown off our sister's head. Okay. Our sister is out here winning. Our sister is out here doing her thing. And what we say, her ankle's ashy. Our sister's out here winning. What we say, she's really not all that. And so I think there's something to us taking a moment and saying, you know what? I'm going to rescue her, not because she did the right thing, but because I understand how she ended up there in the first place. All right. That's my rescue attempt. That's me throwing it out there. Let it marinate, see what happens. What I also want to say is this, though. When God has a crown set aside for you, and that crown tries to get taken away from you, let me tell you something. They will be arrested. Don't you worry about who tried to take your crown. They will be arrested. Delegation, what say ye? What say ye? S. Perry says, see, told y'all was going to need bail money. Cheryl says, I saw the video. One word, whack. Nene says, nope. Taisha says, no rescue. Talk to Favor, said Ashley. Now, Ashley. Ebony says, oh, see, that is why God did not have me in that position, because Jesus. Kirby says, a piece of her hair moved. It was snatched. It did not. Some of y'all, this is like when y'all be having them accidents, and you remember when you be like, if that Bentley hit me, I'm gonna fall out of the car. I don't care if it just kissed the bumper, I'm gonna fall out the car and just be like, I'm so wounded. I feel like, I don't know, but I don't know how much snatching was happening. But I'm just saying, as we says, let's talk about why she ran knowing she wasn't qualified. She was. Maybe she said, I'm not just divorced. I forgot him altogether. It never happened. Now let's not act like, let's not act like you have not decided to completely delete somebody. Let me tell y'all, some of us have decided that people are completely deleted. I can't imagine it. It never happened. Honey, some of y'all, some of us, some of we cannot answer fully how many people we were ever in a relationship with, because some of them don't count anymore. I hope you don't have that whole conversation with whoever you're supposed to be with, because you're not going to have no answer, because some people we deleted altogether. What say ye, delegation? Uh, Panashago says, while clearly she wasn't minding her business, no rescue for her. She gets a life jacket, maybe. Karina says, I would have snatched her. You cannot. Tasha answered she would have snatched these hands. This is not what I had in mind. Y'all can't snatch back. We cannot snatch. No snatching. When I write my Ebonics version of the Bible, it's going to have something to do with like not snatching, to snatching back. When you've been snatched, when you've been snatched, turn your other face to snatch it again. I'm going to work on the scripture. It'll be great. Tamar says, dang, was it that serious? She was not thrilled. Terrence says, pulled off her crown. She took the whole thing off. Felicia says, I won't rescue her, but I might lay hands. Y'all, that's not the point of each other's, lay hands. Oh, like pray for her. Oh, that was confusing, because when she said lay hands, I thought she meant put that 2-piece on her. Tanara says, nope, no rescue. Debbie says, no, ma'am, no rescue. Halima says, bye, Ashy. Shayna says, nope, she needs to drink a gallon of water and mind her business. Really? Crystal says, yes, I will do that. RIP in my brain. Michelle says, say that, Pastor. They are invisible, never existed, never happened. Burton says, looks like a complete example of a spoiled brat, no rescue. So we're really okay. No, okay. Michelle says, had to do that today. Katanya says, because I checked single, not divorced on every application. She's laughing because I checked single, not divorced on every app. Because I deleted it out of my mind. Ain't nothing wrong with a little delete. Martina says, ex-husband who? Don't let it be short too, because sometimes them situations be short. How long do you have to be in a relationship before you allow the relationship to be counted in your whole number? Like, what about them 2 and 3 weeks of joints? They don't count. When I say relationships, I mean like there was a relationship, not a relation raft, not a relation floaty. It was a relationship, and sometimes if that ship don't ever become a ship, then it ain't no shit. Everything's fine. Letitia says she cannot have her crown removed because of her circumstance. Brianna says snatch sounds like fight to the delegation, SJR. That's all we hear. Okay. All right. David says, most of us been in a place where we snatch someone's crown off out of our own brokenness. We got to rescue sis. She can float on that crown. Come on, David. This is what I'm talking about. We know about snatching crowns. I know I have snatched a girl's crown before, and just tried to just be like, you know what? Boo on her. And what she do? Nothing. It was just me being nasty and broken and couldn't celebrate another woman. So I think we should rescue. It was Eve behavior, right? She knew better but didn't do better. But restoration, redemption. David, and me and you, we'll send her a floaty. We'll send her a floaty. Chris says, vengeance is God's, not yours. That's right. Talk to Paper says, an eye for an eye. Bye, Sarah. Can I just say that Talk to Favor said bye, Sarah, but like you're on this podcast with me every week. I'm gonna see you again. This is not bye. David then follows up. All of the ones from college are deleted. College, never. When I dropped out of college, I dropped out of everything that happened in college. Unenrolled. It never happened. Everything that ever happened in college did not happen. I'm dropping out of the whole thing. 0 stars. Would not recommend. Okay. Terrence says, no rescue. They teach us to keep our hands to ourselves in pre-K, and that was pre-virtual learning for all of us. All right, fine. Desiree says, ex-fiance who never had come. I like this. I like the way it's headed. I do. I threw it into the sea of forgetfulness. It was a sin It was a sin, and I threw it in the sea of forgetfulness. When I married my husband, I was basically the Virgin Mary. My two kids just popped up. They just, here they are, Lord. Here they are. Here they are, Lord. I don't know. It's hard to explain. They just got here because the sea of forgetfulness is real. Okay. Brianna says my ex was just a practice run. Love that. Okay. Hmm. No. No. Taisha said it never happened. I promise you. Darlene says I deleted my ex-husband, but not his social security number. I'll never forget that. What? So, I I'm gonna edit that comment. I'm gonna edit that comment out because once again, I didn't already told y'all about me and snitching. I'm telling y'all already. I don't even know what that means, but I am deleting it. It never happened. Okay. How about that? Janique says right experience for a reason. Okay. How about that? Shanae says, even if it's a picture, it still ain't for me. Amen. Okay. Listen, stop snatching folks' crown, though. Alexandria said, I'm wicked. She said she dropped out of everything that happened in college. Crystal says, I cashed my ex-husband check on my out of the door. Let me tell you something. Out of the door means still in the door. That was still their money. That was, I have to get, I'm feeling hot because I feel like we are admitting to some felonies here. And the way my armpits are set up, did y'all see me sweating on the Breakfast Club? I'm not here for you. Shy, take that off the screen. Remove that from the screen. Okay. Um, okay, so listen. Stop snatching folks' crowns is the whole point of the whole story. Okay. Darlene says that's actually a joke between me and my ex. Oh, praise the Lord. I love that. And remember, and that's Darlene. I'm following up. I'm connecting the dot. Sasha says, I've been on both sides of this. Let's rescue sis. I think we should rescue. We're gonna rescue her. We're gonna have her go and sit down and stop snatching folks' crowns. Okay. How about that? Stop snatching folks' crowns because you know Tanya says, we as women just have to learn there's always someone walking beside us. You're not always going to be in front of the line. Learn to walk side by side. There is more than enough room at the table for all of us queens. I totally agree. And for that reason, we are going to rescue her. We love it. Okay. And because we love it, we're going to do that. We're going to rescue her. And let me tell you, when we rescue her, we're going to say, come over here, precious lamb, and sit down. Okay. You got to learn if you are insecure about who you are and you have come to a point where the only way you can survive is by snatching people's crowns, you may need to discover more about who you are. This is somebody's word. I don't know who you are, but you hating on another woman because you haven't fully developed yourself. So you're carrying an underdeveloped version of you into comparison of another woman's development. And no wonder you're frustrated. But you're saying to yourself, sis, how can I become more developed? First of all, it is a process, it is a journey, but it will never happen when you're looking at someone else's life. Sometimes the only thing you really need is to learn some new skills that will help you awaken your purpose. And in the process of learning these new skills and learning how you show up in the world, you fall in love with who you are. You didn't even know you were artistic. You didn't even know you were a writer. You didn't even know that you could redo your whole bedroom. There are so many different things that are connected to your identity, but you have to explore in order to figure them out. And I want to help you do that. Skillshare is an online learning community where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey with thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics including illustration, design, photography, video, freelancing, and more. Okay. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creative and curious people on topics that just cover so many different things. Okay. So if you would premium membership, okay. So join the Skillshare community by using that. I need to say something else. So just stay with me. Okay. Hail Mary. We take a moment and talk about what's going on in the highways and the byways, things that are inspiring us, things that are making us say, ooh, ah, okay. And let me tell you something. I saw this on the Shade Room. And I thought it was blessed. I feel like this is somebody's portion, okay? A man recently proposed to his wife or to his girlfriend, fiance, all right? And when he got down on that one knee, I want you to pick your own ring. Some of y'all don't want to get proposed to because we don't know how to tell him which ring we want. But I hear God saying there's a man somewhere that says you don't have to try and tell me which ring you want. I'm going to give you options on which ring you want. Let me tell you something. 5 rings, okay? He said, ask my best friend to spend the rest of our days together and gave her 5 different options to choose from. Let me tell you something. He knew when he was picking out them 5 rings that he was going to post this picture for the shade room to see. Because we are not just going to live in a world where you drop down on one knee and offer this girl 5 different rings and we just sit back and take that. No, sir. We need to make sure. Tashara Jones makes history as first Black woman to become mayor of St. Louis, Missouri. Jones got her start in 2002 when she was appointed as the Democratic Committee Woman of Ward 8 in St. Louis. She's out here doing things, okay? She went on of assistant minority floor leader. This is just making history, okay? Making big time history. Okay, I just want to, this is messing up. We're here. You know, I have to get up a little closer. There we go. Yeah, I have to get up a little closer to my. Here we are.
Here we are.
It's happening, okay? So yeah, shout out to
St.
her.
Louis. We got to go on back down to St. Louis.
I
Then.
know.
So you brought the anointing through St. Louis.
Come on, Delegation. And just open up all time. Okay, all right. Let's see. Florida teen saves baby's life after learning CPR in school. Come on.
Wow.
You better teach
Are they still teaching CPR in school? I remember learning CPR in school. I'm telling my age now.
I don't remember learning CPR in school, but what I will say is we learned CPR when we had to do Florida as part of the school's career and technical education, which they need to bring this program back to school because traditional education system doesn't work.
Come on.
Now we love that.
Yeah, we're gonna see him graduate. Have one father. Look, if the relationship is toxic, then you may need to love them from a distance so that you aren't triggered to dishonor them.
Wow.
When you lose that temper, when you or you're repressing the anger that you have for them, which is shredding your immune system, your sleep quality, your body's health. It's too high of a cost.
Deanna said, woo, come on now, Dr. Anita, and tell the truth. Ashley Tate says, wait, hold up. That took my breath away. Give love that's not free. In this space, you were hurt. Larry says, aren't we responsible for knowing our triggers and where you don't want to go? Do you agree with that?
I think this young woman is probably a big-hearted relational person. That's a part of her personality. That's a part of who she is. I don't want you to disdain that part of you in any way, but I want you to use your powers for good. So sow those powers, those gifts into places that are fertile ground for them and that won't weaken you and hurt you to your core. Don't want you to be different. Just want you to target your gifts in another way so that they don't undermine your well-being.
Amen. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, it says, Dear Pastor Sarah, I got baptized when I was 16 years old. I am now 21 years old and now looking to be rebaptized. My main goal now is to find God and get closer with him again. I acknowledge my sins, spend more time reading my Bible, daily bread, journaling about my Bible readings, and use your sermons to help and guide this spiritual journey. I am committed to move from this world and to not just lust for the things it offers. I must say, the journey is hard, but this is what I want to accomplish. The things I use is guilt. In addition, I talk to God a lot, no matter where I am, what I feel, or how my day is going. But I know there is more that should be done. Please offer me some tips and guidance in reconnecting with God. The more I feel close to him, the more happiness and peace I receive. Instead, I pray, listen to gospel music, and read my Bible. I know these may not be enough, but I am feeling stuck right now. What action should I take? I really hope you'll be able to assist me. Well, Jamie, It sounds like you are doing all of the right things. Outside of creating the atmosphere, I think being able to serve as the hands and feet of God will also help you to feel not just closer to God, but that you're literally being a conduit for God's presence on the earth. Right now, it sounds like you're full of God and that you're doing all of the right things, and yet you don't know what you should be doing next. And I feel like part of what we have been called to do is not just to be filled with God's presence, but to become God's presence wherever we are. So, my suggestion to you would be to get involved. If there's somewhere where you can link up with different organizations, that as you show up in the world, to not just show up in the world as you with this godly presence as a secret to yourself, but rather allow wherever you show up to be an extension of where God is showing up. I think that even with Dr. Anita today on the talk, one of the things that I love and admire about her presence is that you can tell it was not just about Dr. Anita being there. She was bringing the fullness of who she was. She could tap into the ministry side. She could tap into the therapy side. She could tap into the professional side, the diversity and inclusion side. She could bring all of herself into that moment because she didn't feel like this was just something that I keep separated and then I show up to do what I am performed or tasked with doing from someone else. At the end of the day, I need to do what God wants me to do. And so I would say look for opportunities to allow that God in you to show up. Do you have anything you want to?
I'd be interested in what advice you would give her on. She's working really hard to draw a line in the sand between who she was and who she is now. She's doing different activities. She's saying that's not me. Those things bring me guilt. I want to be rebaptized. And I love the idea of a fresh start and making what I call kind of that adult commitment to God. But I think you've done an amazing job always of threading all of your eras of your life, all of the versions of you together in a way that brings glory.
You know what?
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. But you can do the work to understand how you were in that position in the first place in such a way